Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we will look into most frequently asked questions on correlation rule or SIM use cases. My name is Anand Guru and I'm here to help you clear your next cybersecurity job interview. So let's start. What is correlation? Correlation is the process of identifying a suspicious activity by defining set of conditions. For example, a user account created during non-business hours. Here there is a correlation between two conditions. A event which is a user account created and a time condition, that is the event should happen during non-business hours. So both these conditions signifies a suspicious activity which is defined as a correlation rule. How do you categorize correlation rule? Different organizations categorize correlation rule in different ways. Few of them are based on the device, that is firewall rules, correlation rules based on firewalls, correlation rules based on antivirus, and proxy based correlation rules. Based on category, that is malware category, access control, network categories, and database category. According to the phases of cyber kill chain, rules to detect each phase of cyber kill chain. What is a cross platform correlation rule? A correlation rule that involves at least two different log sources is called a cross platform correlation rule. Example: high severity IPS alert for a vulnerable host. Here we are correlating an event from IPS plus we are using the data from vulnerability assessment log source. Example 2 might be multiple RDPs after VPN access. Here we are correlating events from firewall for VPN access logs and any server based on its authentication events. Give examples of use cases used to detect malware presence. So here are a few of the use cases for detecting malwares in the network. So they are best identified by the name of the use case, the reason as to why it is important to monitor, any prerequisites for writing the correlation rule, and finally the detection logic itself. So I'll just walk you through one of the rule here and you can take a look at the rest of the correlation rules. Let's take the first one, malware detected on a server. Here obviously it is very important to look into any event, any malware event that happens on a server irrespective of the antivirus action. And the prerequisites to create this rule is to create a list of all the servers in the network. Detection logic is category of the event should be malware and the host should belong to server list that we had just created. So similarly, we have unhandled malware, same malware on multiple hosts, multiple malware infection on a host, outbound communication to a blacklisted IP address, or the same rule can be called as possible botnet activity detected, too many DNS lookup failures, high resource utilization, unauthorized process detected. Now there might be question to discuss use case on firewall. So these are the use cases that we can write using firewall logs. Too many firewall denies for same source, VPN logins from multiple geolocation, horizontal scan detected, vertical scan detected, scanning on remote access ports, high volume of connections from country of concern, outbound SMTP traffic from unauthorized host, and proxy bypass attempt. Now let us look into use cases on Active Directory and Windows events. So local account created, user added or removed to and from a admin group, too many account lockouts, service account password reset, AD group created or deleted, domain account creation during non-business hours, too many password resets, and audit log cleared. So there might be question wherein the interviewer will ask you to name few correlation rules based on each phases of cyber kill chain. So here are the 7 phases, and the correlation rule at each phase include At reconnaissance, we have horizontal scan detected, vertical scan detected, directory traversal, and high volume of connections from country of concern. In weaponization phase, it's difficult to detect because this is done on the attacker side. For a delivery phase, too many emails from same domain, too many emails with same subject line, mail with multiple attachment, visit to malicious websites. So all this could be rules that can detect the delivery of the malware. Exploit phase can be detected using correlation rules like too many file modification and registry changes detected. Install phase of cyber kill chain can be detected using correlation rules like high resource utilization, new process created. The command and control phase can be detected using communication to bad reputation IP address, too many DNS lookup failures. Action on objective phase of the cyber kill chain can be detected using file modifications, high volume of data outbound, and critical server shutdown. So these are the examples of correlation rules that work at various phases of cyber kill chain. How do you detect malware in the network without antivirus? Or if antivirus fails to detect a malware, how do you detect it using SIM? So obviously, if a antivirus fails to detect the malware, then the detection has to be based on the behavior of the malware. So the following correlation rules will help us in terms of identifying the malware. Outbound communication to blacklisted IP address or possible botnet activity. Too many DNS lookup failures, which would indicate a possible DGA is running in the network. High resource, that is CPU and memory utilization. Unauthorized process detected. So those were the rules that will help us in terms of detecting the malware without when the antivirus fails to detect it. How do you detect SQL injection in SIM? We can write correlation rule to trigger on SQL injection related alerts from IPS and WAF. Unusual usernames used to log into the database. Too many errors on database. Too many select statement executed or abnormal select statement executed on the database. Drop command executed. And all these rules typically run on database audit logs. How do you detect ransomware using SIM? We can write correlation rule to trigger on behavioral analysis for detecting user privilege escalation, high volume of administrators login, monitoring of traffic parameters deviation from their baseline characteristics, communication with malicious IP addresses, URLs, and domain names, file modifications. Of course, it can be done if we have file integrity monitor events. Correlation rule to detect phishing email or phishing attempt. We can write correlation rules to trigger on too many mails from same domain, too many email with same subject line, mail from blacklisted IP address, email with multiple attachments, email blocked due to phishing link, that is a direct email gateway event, communication to bad URL. So thank you for joining me in this session. Let's meet again in the next video. Thank you.